What's up, guys? How's it going? It's Nick here. Just started up a new Double Masters Phantom Draft here on Magic Online, and I thought that I might press the record button. How's everybody doing? I just rated AQ40 in Classic WoW today. It's been a fun day, and I'm just jumping right into some Magic here. Coming in cold. I've only played this format once, and I know that in the first pack I get 2 picks. So let's read some cards here. Shamanic Revelation. Shamanic? Yeah. Shaman-like. Draw a card for each creature you control. It's not too good. Kemba's good. Kemba Walker. Wow, Celtics there. It's good if I can get some equipment. And it's a good white card. I'm looking at a Braid, though. A Braid is really nice. As is Sift. Sift and a Braid look like the best cards to me. I mean, they're both commons, but they're very strong. I think Kemba's really good as well. A 2/4 for 3 is just like strong enough on its own, and there's a lot of pieces of equipment in this format. I'm asking myself whether or not I want to go into something like red-blue or white-red or white-blue. Like, what color combination do I really want to pick here? And is there a possibility that I can take 2 cards of one color? I don't really think that there is. Driver of the Dead seems okay. So is like Death Hood Cobra. This card's pretty good for a 2-drop. I could pick like a Braid and Death Hood Cobra. I think that would be okay, but I think Sift is really good. Drawing cards is not to be underestimated, and let's just pick the blue card and the red card. Seems fine to me. Wow, okay. Grim Lavamancer. This card is strong. I think it's better in Eternal formats where you have things like fetch lands and, you know, in Vintage Cube where you have Brainstorm and Ponder, things that you can easily get into your graveyard. I'm not sure it's that easy to fill up the yard in this format, but even so, a 1/1 for 1 isn't terrible. And we have Sift already and a Braid, things that will put things in our graveyard. There's also Rapacious Dragon. I think Kazul's Toll Collector isn't terrible. Like 3/2 for 3 isn't that bad. Apart from that, there's like an Ancestral Blade. Card's decent. Darksteel Axe, I guess, is alright, but we're going to take the Grim Lavamancer. I think that's an easy pick. Okay. Well, I really like Fairy Mechanist. It's a 2/2 flying for 4. And when it comes into play, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your library, reveal an artifact card, and put it into your hand. So, not only is it a flying threat on turn 4, it also replaces itself and gets a card from the top of your library. You will need to have some artifacts in your deck to make it good, but it doesn't take many, and even if you whiff on the searching for an artifact, that's fine. Like, it's still a pretty good rate. 2/2 flying for 4 isn't bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad for sure. We also want to cut off blue, like as a signal. So we'd be happy to take this card here, because then we can play our Sift. There's a Heat Shimmer, but I'm not that excited about that. It's a Weapons Trainer too, but I want to play this Sift here, so I'm going to have to do some things to make that possible. Parasitic Strix. Wow, this card is very good. I mean, it's just a Windrake, but even so, a Windrake is fine. 2/2 flying for 3 is a good rate. Also, Treasure Mage. Search your artifact for an artifact card. Convert a mana cost 6 or greater. Put it into your hand. That card's nice. I wonder if this card is what I'm supposed to take. There's a lot of big artifacts to go search up in this format, and this card seems pretty strong. I do like Parasitic Strix a lot, though. Even if I'm not a black deck, I like this card. I'm not sure what is best here, Treasure Mage or Parasitic Strix. I lean more towards the flyer. I just like flying so much. Yeah, I'm going to take the Strix. Wow, okay, well, I think blue is the right color because we're being passed a lot of quality blue cards. As much as I like Gore Clan Rampager, and I like this card a lot, 4/4 for 4, I mean, wow. This is a really strong effect. Trample with Blood Rage. I still think I'm supposed to take either the Treasure Mage or the Fairy Mechanist. This is a pretty tough pick. I mean, a lot of different cards for me. I could take Skinbrand Goblin. I mean, I don't want to, but it's a 2-drop, and I would like to have some of them. I don't want to take Fairy Mechanist here. I mean, it's tempting, but I'm going to take Treasure Mage. I'm going to take Treasure Mage there. I think that's okay. Ad nauseum. Well, there's an accomplished automaton. This card tends to go around pretty late, so I don't think I have to pick it here necessarily. But I don't think it's that bad to take it here. I'm not thrilled to play 7-drops in my deck, but I need to play at least some of them for Treasure Mage. Apart from that, there's like Steel Sabotage, but I'm not sure I like this card in a best-of-1 format. I'll take the big artifact guy. Wow, okay, well, there's a Gore Clan Rampager. And this is a really strong signal that this color combination is not being taken. Red-green has to be open. If there's any way for me to splash green, I'm going to have to try. I don't think Twilight Mire is what I want. I guess there's Manamorphose, but that's also not great. Definitely supposed to take the Rampager there. Wow, Sift this late? Okay. Okay, well, we'll take the Sift. Passing. Not much. Nothing much for passing. I'm going to clean up this mana curve here so it's clear what's going on here. Well, okay, we have a choice. We can either take Deathhood Cobra, or we could take a Relic Runner. I like playing a blue card here much more than I like playing a green card. We only have one reason to play green, and not a lot of red cards yet. So while Deathhood Cobra is much better than Relic Runner, I think it's better for me to take the Relic Runner there. Simply because it's a blue card, and we have so many blue cards. Like, we know we're a blue deck. We don't know if we're a green deck yet. I'll take the creature. Red creature. I mean, it's a 3/2 for 3. That's good enough for me. Okay, Teamer Battle Rage is just okay. I think Mere Retriever is alright. Artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. It's probably not going to make the deck, but neither is Teamer Battle Rage, I think. And I don't really like Heat Shimmer. Wow, I accidentally took Heat Shimmer. That's okay. Probably not playing either of those cards. Ooh, we got a Skinbrand Goblin. That's pretty good. So we'll put the Ad Nauseam in the sideboard, obviously. Heat Shimmer goes to the sideboard. I don't think we were playing Mere Retriever anyway. It looks like we're kind of like a blue-red tempo deck, which, you know, isn't great with that little trinkety guy. It's more of a dirtily card than an aggressive one. Okay, so what do we have? Thespian Stage. I am a Thespian, and I do love being on stage. Maybe I should pick this card. No, it's much more of a constructed card. There's Frogify. Not exciting to be playing Frogify, but it's not terrible. There's Argivian Restoration. Not much here for us. I guess Basalt Monolith is decent, but I'm not really thrilled to play Basalt Monolith either. I think I'm taking a Frogify here. That's the one card that I know I'm playing. Culling Day? Days? Not sure how to pronounce this. Die? Probably Die. I don't know. There's Ash Barrens. I guess Ash Barrens is good. Basic land cycling kind of fixes your mana on turn 1. Yeah, we'll take the Ash Barrens. That seems like the best pick here for us. I don't think Argivian Restoration is what we want. I'm not too keen on taking Deathhood Cobra here. I don't really know if I'm a green deck. And the second Gore Clan Rampager was picked by someone. So I just don't like Basalt Monolith that much here. Like, yes, we want to play Accomplished Automaton, but we don't necessarily have to play Treasure Mage. And if we're playing Treasure Mage, we don't have to play Basalt Monolith. It's not terrible. I don't really love Basalt Monolith. Maybe that's just blasphemy. I mean, Basalt Monolith does make really broken things happen, like casting Sift, but you have to also spend a turn to untap it. It's between that or Ash Barrens for, like, consistency. I'm going to take the Ash Barrens. That was a tough pick. I think I might have gotten it all wrong there, but, you know, who knows? So some of these pictures are not rendering, like the Sentinel of the Pearl Trident here. It's just like a foil card that I can't see the picture for, but it's a 3/3 flash for 5, and when it enters the battlefield, you may exile target historic permanent you control. That seems okay. Not fantastic. Also a Brainstorm and a Cathodian. I like Cathodian a fair bit. It's a 3/3 for 3. And you can, like, send it in, have it die, and play, like, Accomplished Automaton post-combat or Sift post-combat. There's a third Sift, but we saw this card go around really late in the first pack, and I don't want to overload on draw spells on the 4-mana spot there. This may be incorrect, but I'm going to take Cathodian. I need to have some amount of artifacts to pick up with Fairy Mechanist and stuff. And I think it's important to start somewhere. Here we have another Frogify. Salivating Gremlins is okay. Not fantastic. I think some of the better cards are Sanctum Gargoyle, Painsmith. Obviously, Selesnya Guildmage is a complete bomb. I remember when this, like, card was also in draft. I drafted that format on Magic Online as well, and it was always like, you first pick this card if you can, you know. Gives you a lot of good direction. For me, I just think I'm taking Frogify. It's like a pseudo removal spell, and I think it's the best card there. Okay, Cloud Reader Sphinx. This card is great. It's a 3/4 flying for 5, and it enters the battlefield and scries 2. Nothing bad about it. I mean, 4 toughness as a flyer, like, that represents a really big threat for your opponent, and a lot of times they just won't be able to deal with that. Really demands an answer, and I love having evasive threats. Attacking in the air is one of the easiest ways to win a game of Magic. Isochron Scepter. Wow. Well, Scepter's not great in Limited, because they're just going to kill it with, like, Conclave Naturalists and, you know, the various disenchant effects that exist in this format. Isochron Scepter with a Braid would be really good, you know, but that's about all I have going for it, you know, at this point, and I can't really rely on much else going on. So Sphinx of the Guild Pact is interesting because I could fetch it up with Treasure Mage, and that would give me a really nice target to fetch. Also, if I could pick up a Basalt Monolith, that would be good too, but I'm going to take the Mechanist. It's a lower casting cost card, and I like that a lot. Ooh, Ensnaring Bridge. Creatures with power greater than the number of cards in your hand can't attack. Well, that's good for my opponent too, you know, in certain situations. I could see taking Riddlesmith. Could also see taking just like Eager Construct or Everflowing Chalice. It's really a question of what do I want to be doing on turn 2? Do I want to play a creature, or do I want to play like an accelerant? If I play Everflowing Chalice, I can cast like Sift a turn early and Fairy Mechanist. I think I'm in on Everflowing Chalice there. I really like Cathodian. I think this card is fine. 3/3 for 3 is a fine deal, and you can send it in and play something post-combat with all that mana if it dies. If I were playing green, I would love to have Whisper of the Wilds. This card is great. It ramps you up. But 3 for 3 is good. Like, I like that. Ooh, Rage Reflection. Don't mind if I do. Creatures you control have double strike. I mean, that's very good. For 6 mana, that's not bad at all. It's either that or Rapacious Dragon. And while Rapacious Dragon is very good, I think Rage Reflection is possibly just a bit better. Like, with a couple flying creatures, you know, it's going to win the game, like, very quickly. So, I've never played with it, but let's see how it is. I think that's fine for a deal, like 6 mana. It's not bad. Argivian Restoration is at least interesting. Maybe it makes it into the deck. It's not super good with Cathodian. Like, I would like to, like, send Cathodian in, have it die, and then, like, bring it back for free, but double blue in the mana cost makes it harder. Well, Brainstorm is great, but it's only so good. Like, without shuffle effects, you know, what are you really getting here? Sentinel of the Pearl Trident is at least good with my Fairy Mechanists. But I'm going to play Riddlesmith here. I need more 2-drops. I want to be aggressive here. And Riddlesmith has synergy with the artifacts in my deck too. Like the 2 Cathodians I'm trying to play. I'm never playing Peace Strider, but whatever. Okay, Basalt Monolith. Well, we're probably playing that. I don't love it, but there's a good chance it makes it into the deck. Alright, to the last pack. I think we've done pretty good. We're going to move the Rampager to the sideboard. Move that other stuff to the sideboard. And we get to pick 2 cards from this. What are we taking? Well, Brimstone Volley for sure. It's a removal spell. Costs 3 mana, but if a creature dies, it deals 5 damage, which is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Everything we could ask for and more. Now, we're not taking Blood Moon. Oops. We're not taking Blood Moon because this isn't constructed. It's a limited format, and our opponents are mostly going to be playing basic lands. I suppose there's Chromatic Star. This card's never really bad. It gives us something to play turn 1. There's also Fairy Mechanist. Card is also pretty good. 4/4 for 4 that, like, draws a card. I think that's fine. We've seen a lot of these Fairy Mechanists. I don't think you can really have too many because, like, say you play one, you just, like, fetch another one off the top of your library. Metallic Rebuke is good, but not as good as a flying threat, I think. I would like Bloodshot Trainee if I had any way to raise its power to 4. I just don't think I'm going to have that. Salivating Gremlins is nice as well, because we have a lot of artifacts, but a lot of them are lower casting costs, so I may not have them after I play it. I think it's just time for me to take another flyer. Oh, wow. Sundering Titan? Okay. Well, Sundering Titan is good. It gives us something to fetch with Treasure Mage. It also makes Basalt Monolith, like, a better card. And we would like to play Basalt Monolith. It's also, like, the best card in this pack by a good bit. I do love Battle Rattle Shaman. This card is nice. Like, it's really good in aggressive decks. This one's kind of tough. I really like Battle Rattle Shaman. You just pump up a flyer and get in there for extra damage. This one's really close. If we're trying to play an aggressive deck, like, I think Battle Rattle is just better, but Sundering Titan is such a bomb. And a lot of games in this format go late. I just don't know. This one's, like, really hard. I'm going to take Battle Rattle. I think it leads to more broken starts, and maybe I don't play Basalt Monolith, you know? Maybe I don't even need to. Okay, alright. Well, Fairy Mechanist. I just don't know if I want another 4-drop, though. Like, do I really want that? I just don't think so. I think I'd rather have another 2-drop creature. I only have 3 of them so far, and I really want to start with one every game. Even if it's a 2-1, I'm willing to take some chances here. Especially because I have some artifacts. Like, it can become unblockable in the later phases of the game quite easily, in fact. So I'm just going to go with that here. Passing like a 4th Mechanist, that seems fine. I could also take Firelight Thicket and maybe try to play that, what was it, the Gorklan Rampager, but I think that's a bit ambitious. I don't want to mess up my mana for nothing. So we'll take the 2-drop. Seems good to me. Well, Cogwork Assembler is at least interesting, but 7 mana is too much. There's another Gorklan Rampager. I don't think I want to really go into anything like that here. There's Metallic Rebuke, a card that I like quite a bit. But there's also Cathodian, and I really like Cathodian. Like, I can't say enough about this card. It gives us more things to pick up with Fairy Mechanist, and it's really like a strong turn 3 play. You know, Relic Runner into Cathodian, next turn send it in, have it die, play a Mechanist. Like, these are all strong lines of play. Ooh, yes, Cloud Reader Sphinx. Well, that was big. The problem with this pick is I have to choose between Galvanic Blast and Cloud Reader Sphinx. Galvanic Blast is going to be really good with Grim Lavamancer. It's like a great burn spell. 1 mana, like, wow. Shock is just good in any form, but having 3 artifacts, kind of difficult, right? I just don't know that, I don't know that I want to play this card. That being said, it's just going to deal with things that are going to get in my way. Like, I'm playing a bunch of 2-1s. There's a lot of things that are going to stand in the way of me attacking, prevent me from, like, applying pressure, and Galvanic Blast is going to deal with those. And those are the things that I need to deal with. Okay. Dual Caster Mage. Enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the... Yeah, if I had more instants and sorceries, I'd be down to play Dual Caster Mage. Unfortunately, I don't. I don't have that. So I don't think I can really play that. Do I want to pick a 4th Fairy Mechanist? I mean, maybe. It's not terrible. I mean, I'm playing a bunch of Cathodians. If they die, I can just, like, replay it. There's also Brainstorm. I'm going to take Brainstorm. Taking Brainstorm there. Gives me another thing to play turn 1. It's good with Grim Lavamancer. Trash for Treasure. Interesting, but not that great. Rapacious Dragon is a 3/3 flying for 5 that creates treasure tokens. I kind of like that here. It's got some nice, it's got a nice casting cost for this deck in that Cathodian really ramps this out nicely. I only need 1 mountain. And it's a flying creature in limited. How bad can it be? Oh, wow. Apprentice Wizard? That's not too great, actually. What else is here? Grand Architect. Blue creatures get +1/+1. Wow. We did it. Target artifact becomes blue until end of turn? Well, Grand Architect seems pretty darn good, right? We're playing Parasitic Strix, Relic Runners, Riddlesmith. Yeah, this is going to be good enough for us to play, I think, and it's a rare. Pretty uncommon to see a rare come around that late. Wow. Morkrut Banshee, what a bomb. How is no one playing this? That seems strange. Salivating Goblins is pretty darn good in a deck like this. I mean, how many artifacts do we have to activate it? Pretty sure I want that over Metallic Rebuke, but I'm going to take the counterspell. Another Gremlins. Do I want another Brainstorm, or do I want something like Team or Battle Rage? I don't think I want Battle Rage. I'll take Brainstorm. And a bunch of stuff we're probably not playing. Move this to the sideboard. The last picks are almost always certainly sideboard cards, you know. So the question is, do we want to be like a dirtily deck that's, you know, playing accomplished automaton? No, I don't think we do. I think that answer is kind of obvious to me. I think like Basalt Monolith, Accomplished Automaton, maybe even Everflowing Chalice, although Chalice is great at 2 mana. I like Brainstorm with Grim Lavamancer. I think Frogify is a card that I could see possibly cutting one of, because I have so many 1 toughness creatures that Frogify really doesn't help to have, you know. My creatures aren't getting through that 1/1. They trade off, so it's kind of bad. I guess I do have Grand Architect to, you know, beef up my Relic Runners and Riddlesmiths. I think I could cut a Metallic Rebuke. I think Ash Barrens gets in. Rapacious Dragon is kind of unexciting. A 5-mana 3/3 is just okay. Treasure Mage is a cut. Parasitic Strix is a card that I'm going to play. I think 1 Rebuke seems fine. How many lands would this be? Probably cut 1 Brainstorm, that's fine. 14 spots, that would be 15 lands. I think I need to cut 1 more card. What would that be? Kazul's Toll Collector is just a 3/2 for 3. Could cut that for sure. So why is this deck good? Well, it has some evasive threats. It has a Battle Rattle Shaman, 2 Sifts to draw into, and a Rage Reflection to end games quickly. It's got 4 proactive 2-drops. It's got a Braid, Galvanic Blast. Like, this deck is solid. 16 lands, I could definitely see that. It's asking for 9 islands and 6 mountains. That seems great to me. Ash Barrens is probably going to cycle for a mountain a lot of the time. And that's fine. This deck turned out really nice, and hopefully it's fun to play. I love Cathodian decks, and I think this deck takes really good advantage of Cathodian. The best way to play with that card is to, like, send him in, and then after it dies, play a bunch of things post-combat and really apply pressure. 3 Fairy Mechanists to, like, draw into my artifacts, and I have a good number of them between Parasitic Strix, the 3 Cathodians, and yeah, that makes like 7. Perhaps I could play like Everflowing Chalice. I'm gonna tinker around with the cards in this deck, but it's probably gonna look something like this. So, not a bad Double Masters draft. I think I came out of this with at least a deck that has some direction and can win games of Magic. And if it's consistent and it can win, that's always what I'm looking for in a draft deck. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it if you're a viewer. I'm not a big YouTuber at all. So any view, any like, any comment, I appreciate it tremendously. So thank you again. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. If you like the video, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.